If you want to make $100,000 in your business this year, this video will teach you 3 key areas to focus on to hit that target. Most businesses will not make $100,000 this year. The question is, would your business be among those that do or among those that don't? Now, in this video, I'm going to simplify exactly what it takes to do $100,000 or more in revenue for your business. Making $100,000 is not an uphill battle like most people think it is. You can simply break it down to 3 business concepts, and that is price, margin, and volume. And I'm going to show you the relationship between these 3 and how exactly to use them to your advantage to ensure that your business is on its way to making its first $100,000 or next $100,000 in 2026. So let's start with pricing. You can see here I've outlined, 4 different price points: $10, $100, $500, $1,000. Most people sell products within, this range: products, services, Salamem shows. And for each of the single price points, you'll notice here that next to it, I also have a specified number of sales you need to generate daily at these price points to be able to generate $100,000 in revenue. Now, this is not all that there is to know about this. It's not just about, hey, if you sell $10, you need 28 sales daily to make. No, that's not it. So what is the relationship here? Well, let's break it down. You have a $10 product here. It requires 28 sales daily to do $100,000. What this simply means is that you need $280 worth of sales daily. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to sell 28 products. It could mean that you find 10 customers who buy $10 products, right? And buy 10 pieces each. So if you have 10 customers who buy 10 pieces of this, it means that all of a sudden one customer is buying $100 worth from you, right? Versus needing 28 sales. So all of a sudden you no longer need 28 sales. Maybe just 3 customers, buying $100 each gets you to 280 a day. That would then lead us to a concept that is connected to price known as AOV, otherwise called average order value. That simply means getting one customer to buy more than one product or spend more with you, then all of a sudden you need less number of sales to get to your goal. Let's see how it looks. If you're making $100, you need 3 sales daily. If you're making $500, you need 1 sale every 2 days. So interestingly, at $500, right, like the average order value being $500, that means you can afford to go a day without a sale. So if you can get, 5 customers who will spend $100 each, right, and they bring in $500, you need to only do that once every 2 days, not every day. So the more you increase your average order value, the more you can afford to not necessarily need to make sales every day. It could be 1 sale every 3 days, 1 sale every 2 days, as the case may be. So when you're pricing your products, you want to make sure that you also factor in how to get customers to spend more with you, which is increasing your average order value. So at the end of the day, it doesn't look like, because on a typical scale, let's do some math here. Assuming you were to get single customers, right? 1 customer for every product. This would mean that you need 28 sales a day at $10 times 360 days. You will need 10,000 customers to get to $100,000. That's a lot of marketing. But if your average order value was maybe $60, right? Let's say $60. People spend $60 on average with you. $100,000 now divided by 60 gives you 1,666 customers. So you've gone from needing 10,000 customers to hit $100,000 to needing just 1,600. So average order value, hacking your average order value by getting it up, significantly reduces the amount of customers that you need. Now, this is not a video for us to go into how to optimize your average order value, but this is just to show you why exactly average order value matters with your pricing. Now, the next relationship, margin. A lot of business owners do not factor in their margin. Margin here simply means how much money do you want to make in gross profit, right, to be able to cover your business operations. So let's assume that you're a fashion designer and it costs you $10 in raw materials to make a piece of clothing, right? You see a lot of people go ahead to just say, hey, okay, it cost me $10 to get the material. I'm going to sell, my sales price is going to be what? $11, right? This is cost price, CP, right? Sales price, SP. So when you do this, you think you are in profit. You think that you have, you're doing a good job, right? Because it costs you $10 and you're selling for $11. Well, let's break this down. When you do this, you're making a fundamental mistake. You're assuming that your business only has what we call direct costs. You are forgetting that your business also has indirect costs, right? Direct and indirect. Okay, so with direct costs, this just simply means the raw materials, the labor cost, what it costs you exactly to make that product, right? But that's not all that it costs you to run as a business. Your product is not your business, right? So as a business, you also have indirect costs. What are these indirect costs? Well, you have payroll, you have rent, advertising, ads, you have your utilities, right? Utilities, phone bill, internet, and whatnot. You have so many other operational costs here. For direct costs, you just have raw materials, right? And direct labor amongst few. Okay? So when you do not factor in these guys, you would run at a loss and you cannot get to your goal. So let's go further, right? In our example here, your cost price is $10, your sales price is $11. Let's assume that you have 100 sales in a month. That means you would make here $1,100 here. Now, when you take out your direct sales, which is $1,000, it costs you $1,000 to make the products, right? You're left with $100 afterwards, right? You that probably thought you were being kind and nice and pricing very low, not understanding how margins work, and just thinking, oh, any amount above your cost price works. What you find is that now you're left with $100 to operate your business. This $100 is meant to take care of your rent for your office, is meant to take care of your utilities and every other thing. Now, if your rent, utilities, payroll, advertising, and all of these things are above $100, you run at a loss. Let's assume all of these cost $10 each, right? $10 each. So we need $10 here, $10 here, $10 here, $10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's $40 in additional costs. So you take out another $40 and you're left with $60. Now you have to pay yourself. Okay? So you have to pay yourself. So owner salary is also going to be here. Owner salary. So how much is owner salary? Let's say owner salary now is probably going to be what, $30. So you pay yourself $30 and the business is left with $30, right? So reserve, we can say your reserve now is 30. Okay, so after everything, you made $1,100 in sales, but after everything, your business is left with $30. Now look at this. It costs you at least $40 to operate, right? Plus 30 for your salary. So your business every month needs at least $70 to run. But after everything, you are left with $30. So if anything happens to your sales the next month, it means that your business cannot exist in another month. How do I know that? Well, it's simple. With this kind of setup, you would find that you are exposed to something we call key man risk. Which means if you don't function, business doesn't grow, right? And again, remember, it costs you $70 to run this business. Your business is only netting $30 after everything. This is not really good because you are not really able to have a very good safety net. Okay? So, with this in mind, seeing that this doesn't really support your business so much, this then tells you that you have to raise the margin here. So, instead of a 10% margin, maybe consider taking this to 30 or 40%, right? So that you can have more to invest into the business. Now, finally, you have volume. Volume here speaks to your ability to distribute your products. So remember when we talked about average order value, right? You can design your business in a way where instead of looking for 10,000 customers, you only need 1,600, right? And all your marketing is geared towards bringing in this volume, 1,600, right? And for you to actually hit this goal, it is important that you know what that number is from the start. You cannot just be selling every day and hoping to eventually land here. So for you to get here, you notice that every single thing here has a relationship. For your pricing to make sense, your margin has to be right. For your margin to make sense and be able to support this volume, you knowing the volume that gets you here also has to be in check. So this is how exactly you can combine pricing, margin, and volume relationship to determine or to create a pathway for your business to hit $100,000 in revenue. Here's the next step. Do not feel overwhelmed. Pick just one area, right? And spend time over the next 30 days trying to improve that area. And what you find is that by March 31, you would have invested 90 days into improving your pricing, your margin, and your volume. You do that and you watch your revenue numbers go up. Thank you for watching this video. On this channel, we talk about business, economy, and finance and make it so simple that your business can immediately take action and ultimately help you earn at least $100,000 every single year, as many times as you so please. So be sure to subscribe for more content just like this one and even better, and like, comment, and share so we can get the word out to even more people.